Hello, hi. Once again, this is yours truly, Clarissa Talaga, for the continuation of this senatorial bid series. There is an action that doesn't affect much, diba? Walang dating to the actor, or to the one who committed the act and to those around him. But definitely, there are some actions that affect the lives in manifold ways. One action begets a multitude of consequences, and I'm afraid I have committed one of them. During that time, I thought it was harmless, that I really didn't think much about it while I was doing it. Looking back, I realized that when I changed my name on my own and declared that I will change my name, and I assume the name of another person, the implications are so far reaching that it hasn't ended up to now, even though the act itself was done some years back. Even while I was in the rehab, I got to deal with it. Still, the consequences can be far-reaching. Kasi the person whose family name I've used and introduced myself in making a controversial announcement has family of his own. May mga circle of friends din siya and mga kamag-anak. Same goes true for me. And of course, my real ex-husband na taga Nueva Ecija. Diba shocking na malaman na hindi na Garcia yung ginagamit ko. I can just imagine the reaction of the family of Mr. Joaquin T. Garcia, diba, the father of my daughters. And of course, the family of Attorney Fidel Arias. Because I said that I was married to him. And I can just imagine now what the reaction had been of Attorney Cynthia Bahamunde, the real wife, probably the former wife, these lawyers. Diba? Parang, hello, where have all this come from? But you know what? During the process, although my skeptics, meron din believers. And I know that over time, some people had given it benefit of the doubt. Baka nga naman it happened. Baka nga naman, diba? Where does the burden of proof lies? And who should provide it ba? The question is, why should it be provided pa nga? Diba? And sometimes benefit of the doubt, it can really play up in such a way that fact-finding procedures can be delayed because of this burden of proof and benefits of the doubt. Diba, lahat pwedeng mag-present ng evidence to what he or she believes. In this case, before I got to rehab, diba sabi ko nga, dala ko yung application form for a senatorial candidacy with the name Clarissa Talaga Arias. But after 16 months, diba, when I got out, I was back to my legal name, Clarissa Talaga Garcia. What had happened? What caused the switch? It is a possibility that somewhere along the way, the skeptics and the believers, for those who are already believing that this thing had taken place, that this marriage had taken place, teka muna, parang, are you crazy? Why change your statement now? And for those believers naman, oh well, it's about time that you tell the truth. So it is a possibility. It is a very much feasible scenario that the skeptics and the believers would then present argument, be it not in court, but just among themselves. I would like to weigh in, since I really am one who brought this, this entanglement, this mess of confusing data, because it is very much a possibility. And I had an inkling actually even before I got out of the rehab. I had an inkling. Syempre, I could piece together naman what some other residents are telling, diba, saying, mga comments. That questions were already being asked. How, when, and why did I change my statement? Denied the whole thing. Parang wash my hands. Naging masama ako na may tinanggi ako na tao, or meron akong itinapon na lang na tao, or meron akong, I washed my hands, pretend that I was sterling clean, to come out clean. Among those who asked questions, it is very possible that there would be those who would take it a step further. No, not just questioning, but really doing something about those questions, so they would have to be answered. Kaninong accountability yung ganun na nangyari, the question and answer portion? If it's a legal matter, then did some staff commit harm when I was asked and I responded? Was it, meron bang jurisdiction? Meron bang proper, sometimes it could be a custodial battle. Second, it's what's the frame of mind. Third, it's the fitness of the one being questioned, whether, I was medically fit to answer questions. Funny thing is, there were some really occasions that stand out in my mind right now, which give way to these beliefs that some of the friends that I had there took the cudgel about this change of mind or change of heart. Parang there's a portray of affection. Parang inagaw yung affection mula sa isa. Not that there was any, because sabi nga much has been blown out of proportion. Kahit yung mga nagtatanong, parang naawa na ako sa kanila dahil because I could look at them and they would be like conflicting themselves, diba? Parang criss-cross na rin. Hindi na rin nila malaman kung ano yung paniniwalaan at kung anong standpoint at kung which gun to stick by. Diba? Pag minsan, pag naibigay na yung statement, believing this, for example, believing that I was delusional, for example, and then at later date, iba naman yung questioning, like, bakit nagbago yung isip, or ganun. Akala ko ba, parang teka muna, akala ko ba delusional? So, if I change my mind to a healthier belief, why should it matter? Could have, if applause is too much, why not, let it be? Somewhere in between, diba? So, even those who asked questions about my decisions were conflicted. So, hindi malayo na kahit sila nakakagulo. So, in a way, I am very sympathetic with what's happening to them.